Metro Boomin want some more, nigga. She banking on me on the bank. I smack her, she let her get spanked. I tackle her, bitch, let her wrestle. Young bachelor, we let her play. I come out when I move the drapes. Know I move when I grab your waist. Know you fucking her man that's made. Hey, keep it low key, she ain't out the fame. She ain't out the fame. You like that, oh, I used to be fucking. You on her, nothing the same. Don't care about no cuffing, you wanna keep busting it. Don't let me know when you came. I love you in so many ways. Don't know why you never complain. But you, I can never be shamed. And I usually never say never. Oh shit, look at me today. Lay a vibe, I don't need no sage. Hey, clip coat and you color glaze. Good sex, that ain't all we made. Wanna get tired of you. I'm in the bus and we're at the top and we got us ocean view. I know I got it, I'm all in the body and nobody get a clue. We in the coupe pulling up with a private and G got on the two. I really like it, I wanna stay inside it, don't wanna get tired of you. You wake up and you wanna go shopping, yeah. You got a car, you got too many options. Mama gon' baby, yeah, you got it poppin'. Know what you do for the pilot. You know I'm all in the mouth, food, you say slap. You got the queen of the mop. Soon as I come, she keep sucking on, wanted to stop it. Thinking I'm breaking, I'm stroking. I see why they causing commotion. Getting and looking at views of the ocean. Her pussy wet as an ocean. I'm in the business, I'm boss by the way I'm approaching. I'm gonna money you chosen. East to the west, we just really been coasting. Me and the baby in motion. Wanna get tired of you. I'm in the bus and we're at the top and we got us ocean view. I know I got it, I'm all in the body and nobody get a clue. We in the coupe pulling up with a private and G got on the two. I really like it, I wanna stay inside it, don't wanna get tired of you.
Good afternoon and happy holidays if you celebrate. You know, this is actually a topic that I wanted to touch on for some time. I feel like it's just something that's it's necessary for the times that we're in. You know, get a little bit more, I would say, in depth with understanding the significance of how money and mental health go hand in hand, especially if you're a man. Now, when you look at confidence is based on what you think of yourself. Self-esteem is based on how you feel about yourself. You're asking me, well, how does that all tie into money and the mental state of a man? It's a major part. It's not something that society tells you. It's something that's innate, because as a man, you were put here to provide a way and to protect. Women were put here to nurture and support. So when you look at communication, when you look at relationships, they say what it fails in what? Communication and finances. Now just put that together, what I just said. You know, what you think about yourself, how you think about yourself, what you feel about yourself, how you feel about yourself, and, you know, vice versa with the woman. You know, when you're not in a position, you know, when you're not in your position, it automatically, you know, it's a domino effect. It puts them out of position. So you have the back and forth, you know, due to what? Someone being out of position. Everything begins and ends with the man. Okay? Make no mistake. A lot of the complaints which you hear is due to what? The lack of power. You know, a man's value is what? Based on intrinsic accumulation of something. It says in the Bible, be fruitful and multiply. It has a multitude of meanings, but one of the main meanings is what? That a tree is known by what? Its fruit, by what it produces. Now there is the pressure of man, you know, throughout his entire life. I can say maybe by his teenage years, right? And really figuring out, you know, not only himself, but the world around him, and what he wants to do with his life, and, you know, how can he create, you know, a situation for himself to where as though he can enjoy the quality of his life. You know, money, you know, the reason why, you know, money matters is because it's the construct and the main instrument to stabilizing the conditions of your circumstances. Now, when you look at miracles, right? Miracles can get you out of a jam, but what? Financial wisdom, financial discipline, you know, coupled with being skillful and multiplying those resources, can actually keep you out of a jam. You know, there was a guy I quoted, Drucker Miller. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. You know, when you look at wealth is how many days you have moving forward. Like if you were to lose your job, you know, if you were to lose your business, how many days forward do you have financially? You know, that determines, you know, a lot of things for you. That determines your mental state. I remember it was a comedian, Chris Rock. He said, you know, man could be, you know, with a woman, he loses his job. You know, she might not leave him right away, but the countdown begins, you know, for them to basically find something else. You know, as a man, you know, everyone else's, you know, love and concern for you is based on the conditions of that. You know, your children, you know, your significant other, your family, your outer, you know, mom, dad, whoever, brothers, sisters, friends. It's based on the condition of what you're capable of producing, you know. So they say a dog is a man's best friend. The dog doesn't really care, you know, what you got going on, is as long as you pet him, you know, as long as you love on him. Money is your oxygen. You know, without it, without the flow of it, it's almost impossible to breathe. You're kind of like in this air prison. You can't move anywhere. Your life is at a red light. You can't move around. It affects your mental state. I don't care what anybody says. You could say, yeah, I have this value based on this and based on that. But when you're poor and you're a man, an adult man, you feel even less than half when you're in lack. When you're in a position where you're constantly the tail and not the head, There's no greater joy in being in a position to where as though, you can lend out money or you can give money to help somebody else. As a man, it's something that you enjoy, being able to buy your kid those Yeezy sneakers, or those Jordans or whatever like that. It does well on a report card. It's just like, being able to, bless your woman something nice. All that really plays in, plays together. Make no mistake. What's going on, Polo? You said, what lessons about money you wish you learned about when you were younger? Hopefully this tune isn't really drowning me out. It's not squandered. I mean, that was the first thing. To not squander it early on, and to actually value it and understand, it's more than just, buying things. Money is something that, you use as a tool to build your life. When I was younger, I was, accumulating materials, and it's funny because, a lot of, us, we come across certain things, right? Say you come across $100,000, that's like a big deal to a lot of us, but $100,000 is really not a lot of money at all. You actually had to have like a couple $1 million to basically, live, a 6-figure lifestyle, based on the interest and stuff, But yeah, I wish I'd looked at money as more so a tool to create long-term wealth. Like I wish I would have invested a long time ago. I wish I would have picked up, trading a long time ago. In certain ventures, I, wish I could have stuck to it a little bit longer, and see it through. So that's one of the major lessons that I learned about, money, later on. I mean, it's to really value it, and to, look at it, in a standpoint of, what money does, it gives you access. It gives you access into places, and also around people, to, gain even more, because it's all about the networking. If you can't network, if you're not really at the right place, if you're not, if you can't afford to get into like the turf club or, certain places like the Urban League, to meet people that can actually put you in an even better position, that's the other thing. Money creates an opportunity for a bigger, better position, So just to answer that, I actually, there's a couple of things I added to that. But when you look at, mental health, you look at a mental disease, it's a diseasement of the mind. right? When you're, not capable of producing, you know, it affects your state, it affects your well-being, affects your happiness, and happiness is based on what's happening. So what's happening in your life, you know, the loss of it or the lack of it can be just as effective as losing a loved one. It's a lot of trauma to that. That's why it's imperative to basically be diligent and to be skillful and resourceful in regards to basically, continue to generate money. I always said before, and there was another thing where I said, your stomach is your second brain. I mean, you really think about it, it affects how you eat. The lack of resources have you eat things that, are really unhealthy for you. But I'm going to just leave it at that. I'm probably going to do a part 2. It's just something, it's freestyle in the moment. Actually, I had, what really triggered this, it was a recent, situation that I had. I actually had partnered up with somebody, and he gave his word. I said that's a key thing. His word. About he said, I guarantee these type of results, and the first time around didn't really happen. It cost me something. Recouped. Next time around, gained something. Then we lost something again. Then we gained something. Then we lost something again. It's the third time, and I had to bring up to him conversation. I said, if you're, remember what you said, if you're 99% sure that you're, that you'll be able to execute on something, then don't give me your word, right or wrong. Now, with that, it was, I look at it as a minor loss, versus his is a greater loss because there's other people that he's lost money for, also that's, your reputation is tied to that. I know this is kind of almost different from that, but I'm connected because you can imagine his mental state because he's able to produce, he's able to keep his word. He's able to fulfill, promises. He's able, to not fulfill, the performance, once your reputation of a certain thing that you're basically known for doing, you don't produce anymore, it's almost impossible to get that back, especially with, another man's money. It's their oxygen. The reason why I didn't necessarily get, that upset, because I look at it like this. It's a blessing to be able to be in a position to lose that. There was a time that, I wish I would have been able just to have that, just have that, just at least in a tuck, I had that to lose, and I've lost more money than that, doing other things, so I look at that as it's really a blessing, and you have to, you don't have to lose. I'm putting it like this, is you understand the system of things, right? I'm gonna break it down to you. You have to lose hundreds in order to get thousands. You have to lose thousands in order to get tens of thousands. You have to lose tens of thousands in order to get what? Hundreds of thousands. You have to lose hundreds of thousands to get millions. It takes hard work to get $1,000. It takes smart work to get $100,000. It takes a savvy team to accumulate millions. Money is a tool. Money is your oxygen. How much oxygen do you want to obtain moving forward? This is more than just, a manifestation talk. We can sit here and chant and go, and all other stuff, man. But, you actually have to do the work. You have to treat each dollar like it's an employee, As a man, your mental state has a lot to do with that. I don't care what anybody says, because guess what? Maybe some of you guys might know that, say, you got it going on, man. You finally got it going on in your life, man. You know what I'm saying? You got something nice in the bank. You got something nice moving, right? You got your money moving. You know what I'm saying? And I guess what you're able to You're able to take care of your skin. You're able to you got a good dental plan now, right? Teeth is clean, hair is cut, the outfit is nice, man. And you pull up somewhere. You're riding good. You go into places, man. You walking up and talking to a woman ain't really nothing, It's all tied to how you have things situated, because when you're situated, right, going up and talking to a woman is just not gonna be like nothing. Just like when you have guys who are like, I have trouble talking to women. You have trouble with your self-esteem, your confidence, because there's a lack in your life that you really haven't addressed, that you haven't taken care of. It affects your quality of life. The quality of women that you come across. The beauty of that woman is a reflection of, what you got going on for yourself, as well as the vehicle you're driving, as well as, the place that you live in, that is going to make you feel good about yourself. That is going to basically, increase, the confidence that you have in yourself, as well as the self-esteem that you have in yourself, because what did you exercise? Financial competence. That means the conversation that you have with yourself, right? That's saying you're competent at being a man. When your money is right, that's saying that you're competent as a man to yourself. Especially when you had to basically get it from nothing, from scratch. Oh man, you've proven a lot to yourself. You fulfilled, right, those burdens. You've superseded the pressure, and became a man that you can respect, a man that you can admire. Self-love, self-care. It's all connected to that. Because when you're able to take care of yourself, right, that shows that you love yourself. This is what, the opposite sex sees. This is what women see when they see this. Wow, you really care about yourself. That's what it translates. You really care about yourself. You really love yourself enough, because you have to basically, you fashion yourself as royalty. You work hard to take care of yourself. You work hard, to create your own happiness. You're crazy enough about your happiness that, you go out and, fulfill, those promises that you had for yourself, as well as, you went against societal pressures. All she wants to do is, she wants to know if you want to share that happiness with her. And it's not about, having money, spending it, because I said before, when you don't have money, right, women want you to spend money, right? But when you have money, women want you to spend time. You know, they're happy at the park with you with a pretty son, knowing that, you know, you got it going on, you know, because women, you know, they want something to brag about to their girlfriends. That's all it really is. They want something to talk shit about to their girlfriends. Yeah, like, my man got this, he's doing this. You know what I'm saying? Make no mistake. And that feels good. In fact, that feels fucking amazing. You know? Make no mistake. Being able to produce for yourself, you know, being able to do for yourself, as well as being able to do for others. You've actually saved the Black community by being able to do for yourself. Because you showed an example. You know, I don't know why people, you know, overstep this or sidestep this, you know, this thing, you know. You got to understand, vision costs. Your vision is expensive. Last dime, what's going on, you know? And you're looking for women to submit. It's that famous old world, you know, just within these little spaces, women will not submit. They're not going to submit to somebody you don't respect, you know? And women just need a reason, you know? You sit there and say, I got a mouthpiece. I got a Christy mouth. What did your mouthpiece get you? You know? Did your mouthpiece get you, you know, troubles, or did it get you double? You know? Did you triple your worth with your mouthpiece? Or are you just talking shit? You know? That's what basically separates you from being, you know, the regular so-and-so that's running their mouth. You know, you become like E.F. Hutton, because when you speak, guess what? Everybody listens. They better listen, unless they're too broke to pay attention. They're going to listen, you know? You could tell a woman to shut up, like pipe it down. Depending on your situation, yeah, she's going to shut the fuck up. Now, why am I tying this with women and tying this with it? Because these things are important to you. You know, they're important to every man. If it is not important to you, that's the other thing. People sit there and say it's a law, you know, these lies. Oh, yeah, you know, those are lies. Let's just be honest, okay? Money matters. It's part of your happiness. It's part of your sense of well-being, you know, and, you know, having the woman that you want, right? The woman that you desire, you know, is a sure sign that you secured the bag. Because when you secure the bag, you get the woman that you want. You get the life that you want. But when you don't secure the bag, when you don't produce, when you don't provide for yourself, you're stuck with what, you know, you need, you know. You're stuck with a starter kit. You're stuck with some shit you're not really even, you know, inspired by, you know. Men don't cheat on women that they want, especially when they have them the way that they want. You know, you could have, you know, some guys might even get lucky, you know, and get the woman that they want, but they don't get them the way they want, right? The conversation is important, you know, based on you living up to your truth and you living up to your potential to produce on one end. And then we got to see the results. We have to see results. Certain things, you know, it's not so much standing out, it's being, you know, it's being set apart. You know, certain things, you know, kind of have to have, you know, a peculiar marker, that you arrive. That's why guys like nice shit for certain reasons, like a nice watch, like a nice car, like a nice house, like nice threads, because there has to be something, a marker that shows, your level in life. Don't look at right now, whatever your circumstance, don't look at what you don't have or what you can't afford. You got to change the word can't to, how can I produce this? Because inside, every man is a king and there's a fool battling, right? You want to kill the fool and let the king in you reign, right? This is how people talk to the king in you. We want to see the results. I'm telling you, man. People look at what you got going on, what you don't got going on. If you ain't got nothing going on, then what I'm saying, there's no interaction. It's cut short. I've seen it on both sides. I've seen it when I didn't have anything going on. You see how short the conversations are, and you see when you do have something going on. Everyone wants to exchange numbers. Everyone wants to call. Everyone wants to be around you. They want to be around what's happening. Because what did you show? That you're competent as a man. All that work that you put in, all them long nights. It's in that movie Freedom Fighters. Denzel said, you got to basically fight for your righteous mind, right? Your right standing of your mind, right? You got to find your righteous mind, the right standing within your mind, and keep it. A major part of that is what? Your liberty. How can you have liberty without money? How can you have happiness without money? As a man, you can't have happiness without money. You fuck what anybody tells you. You can't have happiness without money. You can't have space without money. You feel much better about yourself when you basically have the option of not having to be around people. When you have to do something. That is very stressful. It's not good on your skin. Your life is not flowing. It's frustrating. I mean, when you look at, mental illness, it's all provocated from the lack of financial resources. It's like there's a wall and you can't break through that wall. Not being able to cut through. That's painful. Not being able to cut through. It also builds on your hopes for your tomorrow. Remember what I said before. Remember the gentleman that quoted, it's your days moving forward. How many days do you have moving forward? You can talk about certain characters. You could talk about of Russell Wilson, right? Say whoever he is, right? But guess what? Sierra's not leaving him. You could talk about Future. Still not a bad decision because although they are who they are, right? They've also, respectfully in their own rights, separated themselves from certain lines, from being average. It's like when you look at women, it's not so much how many men they slept with, it's just who's the last person they slept with matters. You know, is that a good business decision or a bad business decision? See, with women, you know, it's their thing, right? It's who they sleep with. You know, a man of means business. Money puts you in a position. Now I'm speaking of the things in the outside, but the things in the outside affect what's going on in the inside. You know, people like to tell you different, but it affects you. Because, you know why? You know, as within, so without, because the life that you're living right now is what you created in the inside of you. You know, instead of looking at your circumstances, you got to look at the condition of your thinking, the condition of how you feel about yourself. Look at the health of that. You know, have you been making healthy choices or unhealthy choices? You know, as a man, that matters. You know, your sustenance, your sustainability, you know, determines your mental agility moving forward. You can't move forward if you feel stuck. If you're financially stuck, it means somewhere you're mentally stuck. And if you're mentally stuck somewhere, that means you're spiritually stuck. You know, broken wallets means broken mind, means broken spirit. Trifecta. You know, it's a domino effect. That's innate. You know, society doesn't have to tell you that. Media doesn't have to tell you that. That's innate. It's just like, you know, what's innate, like when you're hungry, you know, when you're tired, you know, when you're not moving forward, you know, when you're stagnant. You don't want to stagnate. Golden child, blessings to you. You don't want to be stagnant moving forward. You want to move forward. You want to progress. You want to flourish, right? You want to blossom. You know, money and your state of mind are totally connected. I'm getting these texts on my phone. I think I put the volume down. It's all tied together. It's not just producing, you know, it's producing for yourself, man. You know, you have to look at the self-concept, right, of yourself. You have to look at the self-esteem of yourself. You look at the self respect of yourself. You know, no, that's just me personally. I mean, as far as with any guy, you know, trying to tell me anything, you know, or show me anything, if you're not showing me how to make more money, you ain't really show me anything. I don't want to hear what you have to say. You know, all the other stuff, you know, I can figure out for myself, just like I'm figuring this out myself, right? It's about figuring out how to make more. You know, this is how friendships are really created, through that bond. You come together, you make money together, right? I like you more. You know, we're making money together, We're not making money, guy. I don't like you. It's not shallow. It's real. You have to take your life seriously. You know, and your money, right, is directly indicated to how seriously you take your mental health. This doesn't go challenged, you know. If it goes challenged, ask the person how much do they have in total. That's what I want to ask. What do you have in total? Okay. What do you really have going on for yourself? Money matters. Money matters for your state of mind. You know, it's your key to freedom. You know, you life is good when you're able to, you know, be a blessing to someone. Indeed, Golden, he said top-notchism, as always. Indeed, man. You know, when you look at, you know, a Mac, when you look at a man, you know, what's part of it? You know, a Mac, what do they call it? A boss player. It's about power, right? Power and position. You know, if you can't get the money to come, you know, you can't command the money to you, right? Based on your mental peace, then, you know, how can anything else come to you that you're stuck demanding shit like a little toddler slamming the door, you know, because the mother says it's time to go to bed. You know, that's what you sound like. And you sit down, you're trying to negotiate, you know, with a woman about what she's supposed to be doing that's innate, you know. I'm not negotiating. You know, I've worked hard, worked my ass off in life to where as though, you know, we getting that negotiation shit off the table. There's nothing to negotiate about. I don't even want them to have that in their mind to even challenge me, even present a shit test. You know, put yourself in a position to where as though there is no shit test. You know, you're not going to shit test someone that you deem that's better than you, right? Why would you shit test someone that you deem is better than you, and then actually has the backing to prove it? Doesn't have to tell you he's better than you, but you just see it. Your money, your mental health, right? It's all tied together. It's like, even when you listen to my conversation right now, what are you listening to? You know, what do you hear within that voice? You know, do you hear struggle? Do you hear hunger? Do you hear poverty? Or do you hear what? Progression, your power? Do you hear calculation? Do you hear patience? Do you hear clarity? Talk to me. Talk back. You know, people act like, you know, they come up with all this other stuff, man. Like, look, as a man, you want to be able to, you know, put yourself in a position to basically, you know, not only deal with society, but have society deal with you and compete in the races of men. People want to alleviate that shit, or there's no competition because I'm this. Okay. How much do you have in total? You know, a broke nigga with an opinion, right, is about as nonsensical as a proverb coming out of the mouth of a fool. You notice that when you hear from broke niggas, they'll basically tell you that, you know, money isn't, you know, everything. Money isn't important, right? Money isn't that big of a deal, but it controls everything around you. And it actually controls your time. The lack of it controls your time. You know, the abundance of it, you control your time. You want to be able to get up and go, you know? Say to the homie, hey, look, let's go out to Vegas, bust a move, gamble. We can go out to Vegas, hop on a plane, go, you know? And you probably want to do something like this. I'll use this as an example. Say, you know, you run into like, hey, look, you want to fly out to somewhere, you know, for just for dinner, you know, or go to a bed and breakfast somewhere out of town, you know. I mean, that's if you're into the dating aspect and stuff like that, man. But, you know, having the option to do that, you know, has a lot to do with, you know, how you feel about yourself as a man, how you think about yourself as a man, how you respect yourself as a man. The option to do it. Necessarily, you have to do it. It's the option. It's the option to go into a mall and be able to purchase what you want. It's the option to go to the dealership and be able to purchase what you want. It's the option, just using these as examples. It's the option to be able to do something for yourself or for someone else, right? I'm gonna leave it at that. Might be a part 2, I don't know. But you know, blessings and peace, everyone. People thought I was going to approach it from a different way. Like, no, I'm going to approach it this way. You know, it's approach this head on, right? He said, Ice Turner is a real one. My nigga. Ice Turner is a real one. I was in my Rover listening to that same song, had that joint on repeat, feeling some kind of way. Salute to you. Yeah, you already know, man. That's that work, bro. You know what's up, man. You know what I mean? You moving and grooving. You know what it is, man. That's that. I'm the voice. You know what I'm saying? I'm the voice for you know what I'm saying, for those. You know what I'm saying? That know what's up. You know? It ain't no change in that. You know? Having it. You know what I mean? And you're having it. You're having it your way. You know, that's the best way. Having it your way is the best way. You know? Blessings to y'all, man.